What's up, guys, and welcome back to Build Mode Sunday. Today we are building a house from Strangeville. I do not like the way that this house looks personally, but I think that I need to put a little bit of a flair on it. This house is actually a 1-bedroom, 1-bath house, and the kitchen is cut off from the whole entire house. So I decided, I'm going to go ahead and mix it up, change it up, make it look good. The way that I did make it look, I feel like it doesn't necessarily go with the flair of Strangetown, but at the same time, I feel like it's a really nice modern build, and I do like the way that it looks. I kept pretty much the same build shape of the house, just made it a little bit wider than it was before. I also kept the roof. I just changed the color of the roof because sometimes you just got to change that color of the roof. I didn't like the way that it looked personally. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this build. All right, so to start out, it looks like what we did is we went through and we got rid of all of the walls in the house, and just to kind of give it a little more of an open concept, and so that way it's easier for me to decide where I want to put the walls to make new rooms, because my goal was to add at least 2 rooms and 2 bathrooms, and I think in the end we actually ended up getting 3 rooms, 2 bathrooms, and we got a mud room too, so that was kind of a nice little add-on. It's not a very big living room or kitchen. Or no, it's a big kitchen. It's not a very big living room. And then I also will add this onto the gallery. I know I always forget to say that at the end, but I promise I will try and do that to add that in before I upload this video. No promises though. So then what I went ahead and did was I played around with it for a little bit, and then I decided I was just going to make the house wider. Not that the house wasn't already pretty wide, but I thought that maybe if I added it a little wider, we could add in that second bedroom without it being a problem for the rest of the house. And then I also made it like a kind of a wraparound porch, because I just love the way that those look in the game, because I wasn't really sure how I liked the way that looked. But dang, building these rooms, that was definitely hard because I wasn't sure where I wanted to put the rooms. I think it ended up turning out pretty well. Now we're moving into the kitchen and we're getting this kitchen done. I think we ended up doing, we did like a dark brown look, because I thought it was more of like a modern look. I really liked the way that looked. Look. How many more times can I say look? Trying to get these colors to match was honestly not my favorite part of this whole entire situation, but I did like the way that it looked. Yeah, I forgot. So I ended up going with a shelving look too on this far right side. I changed it over. And then I just did clutter because I thought that looked really cool. Because I know a lot of people like those open shelving, and I thought that would look really cool in there. And then I also did a island because I wanted to have one of those floating stoves because I love the way those look. And I also did a regular, it would be like a floating oven kind of thing. I don't know what you would call it, but I did that. And then I also added in all these like cool little knickknacks that I found while I was doing this extra stuff in here. I like went way crazy on all this, but it ended up turning out pretty well. I like the way that it looked. When I did the living room, I did a lot of bright colors. So I think I did like a blue couch and I did a white couch. I didn't realize it until after I went in and did it, but my couch, on my blue couch, wasn't aligned with the TV, so I ended up having to push all that back out a little bit more and make it to where you could actually like use that couch. Now realizing it, I realized that those couches actually look a little velvet. That's kind of cool. I do like that. Had to add me in a little Baby Yoda in that room because, like, how could you not add a Baby Yoda in there? And I meant to add a game console in there, but I think I forgot. I think I ended up going back in because I forgot to do a dining table because I didn't think I was gonna have enough space. That's why I ended up adding those bar stools in. So then I added the dining table. I ended up adding the dining table in, thinking that that would look better. But I ended up having to push it up against the wall. And then I ended up changing out one of the chairs to be a booster seat. So that way a toddler could sit up there. So it could be in with the fam. I once moved. After that, I moved on straight to the bathroom because I think the bathrooms are my favorite area. So if you guys watched my stream yesterday, I actually did this in my stream, which is where I added in a wall to make like a cut-off shower, so that way it's not all in one area. It's like disconnected from each other. And I made the whole entire room into the shower because they have these showers now where it's just the shower head, so you don't have to worry about doing like a whole little technique with your shower. And so I like the way that came out. Now watching the stream, it didn't work out too well with it being usable for The Sims, so I need to figure that out and see if that's even gonna work. And then I moved on to their room. I went really crazy with the texture for this room. I didn't exactly go easy on it like I normally do. I thought that this bed was really cool, and I wanted something that wasn't like what I always use, and so I went with that. And then I did use a little bit of custom content nightstands. I ended up pulling this out a little bit wider, this room, because of course it's the master bedroom. You're going to need a little bit more room in a master bedroom because you're using a double bed. And so I ended up adding in a dresser in there and everything like that and made it look really cool. Putting up the paintings in this room was definitely a challenge because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do for it. But I made it work, you know. Moving on to the guest bathroom / kids bathroom. I had to make it look kiddie because, I mean, it's a kid bathroom, so why would you not? But I did use this sink that I absolutely love. Trying to make this stuff fit in this bathroom was the most difficult thing ever. It took me a good 5 minutes to try and figure out how I wanted this bathroom to sit. Oh my gosh. I've never had so much problems with it before. Normally it just kind of sits in there nicely, but then when I thought about where I set everything, because I wanted to add in a toilet, a potty training potty. I wanted to add that in. So then I was like, well, maybe it won't work because then they can't get into the bathroom or into the shower, I mean. So then I ended up flipping it all around. The porta pot or the training potty was next to the shower, and I kept the sink in the toilet. I flipped it back over to how it was originally. I ended up just doing a boy and a girl bedroom because I'm not 100% sure these people don't have kids. But they plan on having kids, and I'm not 100% sure as to which is going to be which. So I did just a pure girl bedroom, and I did a pure boy bedroom, but I did a baby room being the girl, and I did a child size room, and it's the boy room. And like, I started out with this first crib, but I ended up changing it later because I found one that I liked better, which I didn't even know that I had downloaded. It was in the weirdest place too, but I ended up finding it and I switched it out, and I just went ham with the purple colors because I just fell in love with the purple colors and the way that it looked. It came out really good. I really do like the way that it looked. Doing the boys' room, I ended up changing up a lot of what I was gonna do. I thought I had when you do custom content, you usually get a bed frame and then you get a mattress, and I thought I had mattresses downloaded, but my mattresses currently aren't working. So we just did a base game bed, and then we just did base game furniture in there. I switched this up several times. I do remember doing that because I couldn't figure out how I wanted the desk to, or how I wanted the bookshelf to sit with the chair, and I couldn't figure out how I wanted and I ended up adding a desk, and I couldn't figure out how to add that. So then I ended up switching everything around. It happened a couple times, I think. So if that does happen, that is why. And I like this room because it's not just one specific color. Like the bedding's blue, the rug's like multiple greens, the walls are green, and then you got all the posters that are all multicolors. And I think it really just made the room look like a kid's room because kids never really know what they want in their room. And I think I ended up adding some clutter in that room later because I liked the clutter that I found. When I typed in clutter, I got like a bunch of different things, and I ended up getting this, I think it was like a kid's mess, I think is what it was called, and I ended up adding it into the kids' room. Moving on to the laundry room, I actually found these toilet brushes in the clutter too, so I was like, oh, I'm going to add these in just to give it a little bit of a realistic look. So I added that into the main bathroom, and I added that into the guest bathroom as well. I do like how many colors they have for that. That's kind of cool. That's something that I think would be really cool. Although I feel like the main colors are white and blue and black, but you know, it's Sims. You can do whatever you want in there. So then I moved on to the living room, and I put in, or not the living room, the laundry room. And this is where I put in the clutter, I think. No. But this is where I found the crib. I found the crib right here, so I ended up changing that out and putting that in the baby's room instead of the other one because I did like the way that this one looked more. And I think it looked cuter. I think it really went better with that room and the aesthetic. So in this laundry room, I really just did a bunch of clutter, and then I added in the laundry washing machine and the dryer. Oh my goodness gracious! I really just added in the laundry room washer and dryer, and then just did a whole bunch of clutter in that room, and I think it looked awesome. And that was really pretty much all I did. After I finished with this laundry room, I moved out to the front. I didn't do anything in the backyard because there isn't really much backyard in there or back there to do anything with, unfortunately. So I think what I ended up doing in this last bit is I added just a lot of clutter to the house to make it look like more of a realistic house and not just, model home kind of is what I think you would consider it. And so it really came out nicely. I do like the way that it looked. So then after I finished with the adding in all the little clutter, I moved into the front, which I changed the roof color. I added in, I ended up doing a dark brown, which after getting everything sized and put in the right proportions, I ended up getting rid of those two side roofs. Those are no longer there. And it was actually just two roofs that were just mashed together. Trying to figure out what I wanted to do was the hardest obstacle. Trying to get rid of all that green was definitely a very hard obstacle because I kept accidentally deleting my walls instead of deleting the actual I don't even know what you call that stuff, the hanging stuff. I don't know what it's called, but getting rid of that was fun. I ended up just adding in a plain white railing because I do like the way that looks. It gives it more of a modern look. And then I did end up adding a little bit of that hanging stuff. I cannot remember what it's called, unfortunately. And I added in some posts as well, too, because I did like the way that it looked. Kept a little bit of the Strangeville. Is it Strangeville? Strangeville. I kept a little bit of the Strangeville look in there, but also modernizing it. Modernizing it, I think that's the word, to give it a little bit of a today look, because it reminded me a little bit of like the 80s, maybe a little bit of the 60s. So I think it came out really cool. And then I went in and I did the patio. Oh no, I did the patio, and I just added in a little bit of patio furniture, added in a little bit of lights. I had this really pretty Serenity pool that I put in the front of the house that I think looks awesome. Added in a trail, so that way on the front, and I added a bunch of lights going down it, so it gives a little bit of a light to the house, so it's not so droopy and dreary and gross looking. I think the last thing I did was doing the foundation, because I absolutely hate that wood foundation, the cross look. I do not like the way that looks at all. And then I also gave it like a new grass looking. So it doesn't look like what it looks now, but I made it look like as if they were just planting grass and it was starting to grow back. I did that a lot. I did like the way that came out. And I think that's really it. That's all I did. Double checking. I think the house turned out great. I really like the way that it looked. I think it's really more of a, it's a modern look in a strange town. There you go. I think it looks awesome, and I am really hoping that you guys like it as well. If you do like it, I will try and remember to download it, or to put it on the gallery so that you guys can download it. But yeah, this is the house. This is the ending look. It looks great. I think it looks great. I think that Serenity Pool really just makes the strange part of it, just makes it look awesome. And I, of course, did the Strange Town doors, windows, and everything like that to kind of keep it a little bit strange. How many more times can I say strange, though? But yeah, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really do hope that you guys enjoy this enough to download it. I will try and put it up there if I can. Don't kill me if I don't. But yeah, if you guys like this video, please go ahead and like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video, which should be Tuesday. I'll see you guys later. Thanks, guys. Bye.